Hello. Button am I pushing? This button. Welcome. Hey, oh my goodness, blessing the run already? Before the run even starts? Let's just say, Ace Attorney, I don't need blessings. I got this stuff in the bag. Hey, welcome. Let me get my controller turned on. Yeah, it's on. Okay, quick recap. I blinked out completely. Oh my gosh, Gyro, you're so cute. Oh my goodness. Anyways. What happened last episode? Well, we found out that I was right. That it's probably the chief of police that's behind it all, which I knew since like the moment we met him. So like, that's our angle. We just gotta prove it now. And on day 3, who is on trial? Who's our witness today? It's going to be. It can't be the chief. Lana? We're gonna find out. Yeah, a lot of nonsense happened last episode. You know what? Why remember what happened when we can just start playing? Now then, will the defendant, Miss Lana Sky, please take the stand? Wow, I did remember. It is Lana. That's the witness. Yippee! Okay. And she's the witness because we couldn't get the chief as witness because he declined because he gets superpowers as a chief of police. Police don't get no consequences for their crimes. So this guy's he's probably gonna get proven for guilt and then nothing's gonna happen. Anyways. Oh gosh. I'm not in my accent mood yet. Edgeworth. Miss Lana Sky, you are the chief prosecutor. I'm sure you're aware of what is required of you. Oh gosh. What are the voices? But Mr. Edgeworth, you already know everything. You know all that I've done these past 2 years. Please provide the court with your testimony, Miss Sky. And remember, you are under oath. You want to hear the truth. And under oath doesn't mean anything if no one cares about being under oath. This is the problem also probably with the current criminal justice system. Because like you swear on the Bible, but if you're not religious and you don't care and you want to get away, you like don't care about the law, you want to get out. Like why wouldn't you lie? Think about it. Think about it. Anyways. Of course, the truth. Lana, no matter what happens, I'll always be your sister. Now then, your testimony, if you will. First, tell us about your relationship with Chief Gant. Oh my gosh, relationship. Everything hinges on your testimony. You're the only chance we have to get Gant. Relationship? Anyways. I worked alongside Gant for years. There's no truth to this blackmail theory. I fabricated the evidence 2 years ago, all by myself. When I found Prosecutor Marshall's body, I rearranged the crime scene. My only motivation was to get Dark convicted. It had nothing to do with Emma. You stinky liar, Lana. It had everything to do with Emma. I can't believe she would lie about that. Are you sure about this testimony? Your Honor, I'm confessing to a capital offense. Of course, I'm sure. But Lana... If this is true, then that means Chief Gant has nothing to do with this. That's what I've been telling you from the beginning. Please, Mr. Wright, you've got to help her. She's sacrificing herself because of me. What if she's telling the truth? She's not. I know my own sister. Whenever she speaks stiffly like that, she's hiding something inside. Deep down, she's really screaming in agony. Yeah, this is no time to start second-guessing myself. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. I know what to press. Press. So you rearrange the crime scene? You sure you didn't do this to keep Emma from looking like the murderer? How many times do I have to tell you, Mr. Wright? Emma didn't do it. Period. You're so desperate to hide that fact. You're willing to risk a death sentence? She's lying. She did it so I wouldn't be blamed for what happened. In any case, as a prosecutor, what I've done is unpardonable. There's nothing I can do to make up for my actions. Mr. Wright, my sister's lying. Looks like she's determined to protect you to the end. She insists she fabricated the evidence by herself. There's no way she could have done it alone. I've got to get Lana to talk more. She's lying, and she's bound to slip up and make a contradiction. I guess we gotta press everything. How many years exactly? Ever since I made senior detective. Let's see, I was 24 then, so that would be 5 years. Detective Gunn and Detective Kai were legendary partners. Personally saw them testify in numerous cases. She must have been good coming from the same school as Mia. Damon Gant was a respectable detective, that's why... But think about it, Miss Sky. You didn't murder Detective Goodman. You told me as much yesterday in jail. You still don't get it, do you, Mr. Wright? Any testimony you cannot present in court is as useless as idle gossip. I stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife. And... Did you do so to help your sister? Joe Dark was a serial killer. My sister almost became his last victim that day. I didn't want that incident to ruin her life. Well, what she did was justifiable self-defense. She wouldn't have been charged with anything. That's not the point. She was traumatized that day, all because of that creep. That's why I couldn't forgive him. Lana! Oh, so that's why you fabricated the evidence 2 years ago. You say you did this all by yourself? Yes. Would you mind telling us what you found when you arrived at the crime scene? Seems I was the first person to discover the scene. The broken prosecutor award knife was stuck in the victim's body. What? The prosecutor Marshall died from an unfortunate accident. That's only a situation you dreamed was possible. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. The reality is, it wasn't my sister who took the prosecutor's life. Fantasize all you want, Mr. Wright, but I'll never change this statement. You mean Prosecutor Marshall wound up being killed by Doc? Something like that? If that is so, what happened to the other murder weapon? Dark was carrying a switchblade knife. That was lying on the floor a little distance away. It was probably knocked away in the struggle. That's not how it went down. She's trying to cover up her lies with more lies. Well, just to protect me. When you found the scene like this, what did you do? After all, this is what everything boils down to. Yes. You planted the tip of the name of the body? But why? Why would you do that? Sorry, I couldn't read fast enough to get that. You of all people should know, Edgeworth. You've always had a good head on your shoulders. My head isn't that bad, but maybe I ought to ask for the sake of others. But why did you do that? Now, Mr. Wright, even you should be able to figure it out. Very well, let's add this to the witness's testimony. Reason Miss Skye fabricated the knife. I broke off the tip of Dark's knife, planted it inside the wound, and then moved the body. I knew the tip of the weapon found buried in his body would be all the proof we needed. According to your testimony, Prosecutor Marshall's broken knife was the murder weapon, right? Yes, and leaving it at that. Yes, and leaving it at that might point the blame away from Dark. I felt the most effective way to get him convicted would be by having the tip of his knife found inside the victim's body. Oh, so you buried it inside the victim's stab wound? Yes. Because I hated Dark for what he did. That's suspicious. That's highly suspicious. I'm looking for something. Is it this? The weapon found in the wound was missing the tip, but she's saying the tip was buried inside separately. Why does she care so much? We don't know these other guys. These like random guys. I think. Yeah, these look like a bunch of random guys. Why do you care so much? Why is this evidence? I forgot. Why hide this? Why tell Emma about the muffler? Why get Emma to Emma would have had to go there to get it. That would like relate her to the crime. That doesn't make sense. Why is he a part of this? It's so obvious the chief of police is guilty. Can we see some names? Wrong Karma, that's it. We don't got nothing. We don't got nothing. Let's listen to this again. Well, actually, let's talk about this again and then ask about the bodies. Oops, wrong button. Did you do so to help your sister? Joan Dark was a serial killer. My sister almost became his last victim that day. I didn't want that incident to ruin her life. Oh, we already read all this. Let's skip ahead to the question we had to ask. Oh, alright. Was it this one then? She says he's a creep, but she sounds like she cares more than just being the prosecutor about it. I forgot which option gives me the option to ask her a question. I hope it's this one. I think it's this one. Maybe it's because we already chose one. Okay, I think we have to make a choice then. We gotta present something. She broke off the tip and planted it inside the wound. Is this the wrong part? Let's look at the, this again. The weapon found was missing a tip, but she says she planted the tip. That doesn't make sense to me. Let's try it. Objection! Snaps. 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 We'll get it, we'll get it, we'll get it. We're on the wrong track, Phoenix. Worked alongside him for years. There's no blackmail. Fabricate the evidence by herself. She planted the tip of the knife in the body and then moved it. How could she move all those bodies? She doesn't look very strong. She knew the tip would be all the evidence they needed. What? Why? Wait, let's talk about this again. According to your testimony, Prosecutor Marshall's broken knife was a murder weapon, right? Wait, we already read this. Let me just read it real fast again. Had the tip of his knife. The murder weapon was the green one, but his weapon was the one placed in. That doesn't make sense. It has to be about this. I can't look at the back of this. Crazy. The weapon found in the room was missing a tip. But the weapon found in the room would have been the green knife, the prosecutor's knife, not the murder weapon, supposedly. Where's the knife? That wasn't helpful. This knife is missing a tip. Why don't I have the evidence of the little baggie with the knife tip in it? This is the murder weapon. But it doesn't say it's the murder weapon, so I can't present it. Ah. Oh, what do I do? I do think this is the leather on the leather vest of that guy that died. My head. I already presented this and it was wrong. Let's read it again. He thinks that's all the evidence you would need? That's not very strong evidence to tie it to, like, all of this. But the way this judge makes his decisions, like, it probably... Whatever, let's just try. That's not it. I don't know. Phoenix, I'm sorry. I don't know what the answer is. I'm just like, I don't know. What do you mean the weapon found buried in the body with all the proof you needed? I don't believe you. I don't have the evidence of the knife and the tip of the knife in the baggie. I don't have it. I can't read about it. I have such faulty things. Why does it say Emma? Oh wait, a knife tip was found in the wound. I forgot to read the synopsis and I read only this. The knife, there was a knife that went through his, what's it called? And... Gyro, you want me to save already? We've done like nothing. Yeah, I'll save though. All we did was like literally nothing for half an hour. Died from a knife tip. So if a knife tip was found in the wound, it doesn't say it's the knife of the murder weapon though. But this doesn't even say it's the murder weapon. We have nothing that says it's the murder weapon. The tip of the weapon found. How did you even break a knife? Like, did you have tools? It's not that easy to break a tip of a knife off. And then... Let's press this again, just for memory's sake. She is lying. Work with Gant. No blackmail. Fabricated by yourself, that's not true, but we don't, like, the evidence we have is, like, circumstantial. I think these two lines are the ones we gotta focus on. Broke the tip of Dark's knife, planted inside the room, and moved the body. What if she's not the one who did it? How do I prove someone else did it? Marshall's ugly face. What if I presented this again and just be like, maybe I presented it on the wrong thing?
Objection!
No, I did the same thing as the first thing I did. I don't know. I'm not like picking up whatever logic's going on right now. Oh wait, I did it on the wrong line again. This is the line I wanted to put in. Okay, let's try it again.
Objection!
Damn, I did it again. Oh, what could it be? What do you mean that's all the proof you would need? Why would it be all that you would need, dude?
Objection!
I tried that one recklessly, I wasn't sure. I just wanted to perish. I don't know. Okay. What's on the evidence list? The drawing that Emma drew. Where, the guy... What's his face? Marshall's about to stab, the little guy. Dark? And there's a shadow of a face. I mean, I could present that. Might as well present it. It's just a drawing of some guy getting stabbed. You don't remember? I'll present it. And it's wrong. It is wrong like what you've done to me. Yeah, it's Marshall's attempting to stab, what's this? No, it's Dark stabbing Marshall. Snaps. What do you mean a tip of the weapon be all the proof you need? That doesn't make sense. One evidence? Hey, if you say anything, I'll probably just present it, because I'm kind of like in a, I don't know what's going on, kind of state of mind right now. Like, how does that tie him to all these? Did I present this already?
Objection!
Snaps, I did. I just... Like, how does this one stabbing tie Dark to all the other killings? It doesn't make sense. This is all the evidence you need? What kind of investigator are you? What kind of prosecutor are you? That's weak evidence. Anyways. I'm probably missing it. Read through the evidence from the beginning to start? I am. That's what I'm doing again. Oh, if you want me to read it out loud? I don't want to. There's a lot of text and I'm lazy. Because this is like really not related. I mean, this glove might be related somehow. Very thin. Looks useless right now, like for washing dishes. This will come back. I've read through this stuff a lot. Maybe I'm like honed in on the wrong thing. The tip of the weapon is not like the thing to focus on right now. Would this scare her if I did this?
Objection!
Stamps. Okay, we're gonna start the next round by reading through all of her dialogue again. Why can't we just let her go to jail? Like, she wants to. Like, let her. Whatever. She doesn't even want me to be her defense attorney. I can go home. Like, why do I care so hard? Think about it. Why do we care? Why? Just like read through this real fast. 21st in 5 years. Useless information. Hello, Nene. We're just reading through the dialogue again. She's a stinking liar. Being under oath doesn't mean nothing. That creep traumatized her sister. That's the switchblade knife. Okay, that's not the prosecutor's award, that's a switchblade knife. Oh, I can't present things while she's dialoguing. She doesn't think Emma did it because she... I need to read this again. It sure sounds like this murder weapon might not be the murder weapon. She's not budging, I know. She said she fabricated it, but also that the knives aren't... Wait a minute. That doesn't match up with this picture that was drawn. Well, I guess it could. Someone about to be stabbed by a broken tip knife. Broke the tip off his knife, but the knife was already broke.
Objection!
It's not it! The knife was already broke. She didn't have to break the knife tip. Dude, please. Please. What is wrong? How do I prove that the knife tip wasn't... Alright, keep talking, man. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Wait, this is one... Oh, this is the dialogue I was looking for before. When you showed up on the scene, where exactly was the victim's body? It was where you deduced it was, by Chief Gan's desk. But the body was found by your desk. Why did you move it there? The reason for that is simple. Let's have the witness explain this in more detail. Oh my gosh, I was looking for this dialogue and I just couldn't find it. I should have just done this ages ago. The reason Miss Guy moved the body. The pieces of the jar that shattered during the events threatened my plan. Pieces of jar, you mean? Yes, that wretched jar you showed us earlier. In order to show that Dark committed the crime, I felt it would be more expedient to move the body. So, when you first found the body, the jar was already, of course, it had been shattered to pieces. When you looked at the crime scene, it would be clear right away what happened. Neil Marshall was dead and Dark was lying unconscious. In other words, the jar must have been broken during their struggle. I see. Oh, what's the matter, Emma? Apparently the jar shattered at the time the crime was committed. But I have a feeling there's more to it than that. There must be a contradiction here somewhere. Anyway, I committed this fabrication completely alone. Why would it threaten your plan? Why would the stinking jar threaten your plan, man? Why, because it said Emma? Why, because this is Emma? Why, because it's in this picture? I need to read that again. Why is this threatening your plans? I threatened it because she had to move the body. So she had to clean it up. Why would it be clear right away what happened? That the jar was busted on the wrong side of the room? Oh, right. Wait, the jar itself is evidence because it says Emma.
Objection!
Thank goodness we got it, guys. Miss Guy, I understand how you feel. You committed that crime 2 years ago to protect your sister. You mean the forgery at the scene where Neil Marshall was murdered? If that truth were to be exposed now, the past 2 years of your life will have been in vain. Even so, I am compelled to bring to everyone's attention a significant contradiction within your testimony. A contradiction in my testimony? You testified, and I quote, "The pieces of the jar that shattered during the events threatened my plan." That's right. You have a problem with that? It's a simple oversight, really. You see, a message was written on this jar with the victim's blood. Yes, the prosecutor must have written it in his final moments. Exactly so, and this is where the contradiction lies. In order for the victim to be able to write his message on the jar, it must not yet have been broken before he died. He couldn't have written Emma's name on a shattered jar. Unless he was like really artsy about it. Order! Your Honor, it would appear more information is needed in regard to this jar and its bloody message. We may be missing something critical here. Something critical? Chief Prosecutor, seems you're as in the dark as we are about the truth towards which we're headed. What? Just tell us exactly what you saw. We'll piece together the information to arrive at the truth. Very well, the witness may now continue her testimony. I immediately noticed the blood traces on the jar. It was dark in the room and I didn't have time to check it out. To be safe, I wiped away the blood. The fragments were large, so I'm sure I got them all. All I could think about was wiping them clean before they were discovered. You mean you were the one who wiped away the message in blood? I wasn't chief prosecutor at the time. She didn't even think Dark was the real murderer. That's why she tried to erase the real evidence. Very well, the defense may now begin its cross-examination. You know Marshall? The patrolman Marshall? He must hate her. He must hate Lana Skye for erasing the last message from his brother who was murdered. Anyways. We're gonna press her on everything because I'm not going through another, oh, you didn't press her in the right exact way to get the right information and now you're stuck and you wasted all these evidences because you didn't know what you were doing. Ugh, it always comes down to I didn't get the right dialogue choice. Bleh. So the jar was already broken. It's a miracle that thing hadn't broken earlier. Certainly looks as feeble as the defense's case. Not as feeble as the judge's judgment. You an ace detective who never missed a detail. Do you really expect us to believe you didn't investigate what was written on the jaw pieces? Normally I would have. So you didn't know your sister's name was written on the jar? No. If I had known, I would have gathered all the pieces and ground them to dust. Well, that helps my case. Lana, you do that for me? Seems you two might make up yet. Anyway, I just barely had enough time to move the body as it was. If someone happened upon the scene, you'd lose your chance to erase the evidence. I must have been in a hurry. I was. I knew I had to destroy the evidence before anyone came. This is rather shocking. I'm afraid this action of yours reveals what really happened. What do you mean? You really thought Dark killed Prosecutor Marshall. You wouldn't have wiped away the blood. What else could I have done in that situation? Lana! I only had a few moments. There wasn't enough time for me to do anything else but gather up the pieces. How could you see with the power out? It should have been pitch black in that office. The detective is always prepared, Mr. Wright. Even now, I always carry a pocket light and a camera with me. Even I carry a bottle of emergency luminol wherever I go. I never miss anything. I got every last piece. That's evidence against Gant. So you illegally rearranged the crime scene? Yes, I don't have any excuse for my actions. I'm so sorry, Lana. I didn't know. I've treated you so badly all this time. It's not too late. There's still plenty of time to make up. Unless she gets the death sentence. After we've gotten to the bottom of this incident. No doubt this day will leave a permanent stain on the history of the prosecutor's office. What contradictions have surfaced in her testimony? Your sister's really putting up a fight. She must really care about you. Still, she's not doing this the right way. I think I finally figured out the contradictions in her testimony. There's one final possibility that might turn everything around. If it's so large, why was it found in Chief Gant's safe?
Objection!
Miss Skye, I believe this jar conceals a truth even you were unaware of. What? We found the final piece of this jar in Chief Gant's safe. In the chief's safe? But how? I knew it. She really didn't know. Something even more disturbing about the final piece. There was still blood on it. The witness just testified. She gathered every last piece and wiped the blood off of them. Yes, which leaves us with only one explanation. I didn't mean to click that. On the night Prosecutor Marshall was murdered, you were not the first one to show up on the scene. Oh, he was gathering blackmail. Chief Gant got there before you. But couldn't the defendant have simply missed a piece?
Objection!
I'm afraid that's unlikely. Pieces are too big for anyone to miss, let alone an ace detective.
That may well be, but everyone makes mistakes. Even I once wasted an entire day looking for my dentures. They were in my mouth all along. Ha! Can you believe that?
Objection!
Have you forgotten, Your Honor? When this witness arrived at the scene, the jar was already broken.
That.
There's no way a name could have been written on a shattered jar. Another person discovered the scene prior to the witness.
Hope you're not implying this person was Chief Gant the time he was looking for Dark downstairs. Besides, even if he was there first, why would he break the jar?
Question is, if he did arrive there first, why did he hide that fact for 2 years? Well, Your Honor, can you answer us that?
No.
Oh no! He's on the chief of police's side. Pathetic. Someone fire this guy.
Wait, I'm not the one on trial here.
The Mong Gant arrived at the scene prior to the witness. He proceeded to break the jar and purposely hid one of the broken pieces. Question, what is this action called? Fabrication of evidence. Oh my gosh, they're so in sync.
But why would Chief Gant do that?
In light of what happened afterwards, isn't it clear?
What happened afterwards?
Discovering the scene, Lana Sky believed her sister Emma killed the victim. Determined to help her sister, she sought Gant's aid. Lending her his aid, Gant helped her create evidence that incriminated Dark, sparing Emma, and therein lies the reason. The reason why Miss Sky became the chief's puppet. Don't bite your thumb, girl. No, I did it on my own. Please, sis, stop trying to protect the chief. I can't watch you suffer anymore for my sake. No, you didn't. It wasn't you, Emma. You didn't kill anyone. Don't believe anything Mr. Wright says. Defense attorneys make up the most foul lies to defend their clients. Foul lies? Imagine that coming from my own client.
I guess you do seem the type who likes to twist the truth.
Wait a minute. Entering the zone. What if we're still smack dab in the middle of Gant's trap?
Is something wrong, Mr. Wright?
Lana may be right after all. What do you mean, right? So do you tell foul lies then, Mr. Wright? Miss Sky, please testify once more. But evidence was fabricated behind your back, and Emma's accidental killing of Prosecutor Marshall might also be a lie. But I do remember knocking over Mr. Marshall. Miss Sky, if you will. I can't. There's nothing to be afraid of anymore. This cross-examination may not change a thing. However, there is a possibility that it will if we tell the truth. Very well. I'll testify about what I really saw. Alright, the witness may testify once more for the final time. Which is crazy. She lies how many times and then they were like, yeah, just testify again. She could be lying again. Once you get caught in a lie one time, like on purpose, you lied, you should not be allowed to testify anymore. Because you're a liar. Oh my gosh. When I arrived, I found Mr. Marshall's body impaled on that suit of armor's sword. Emma and Dark were lying unconscious on the floor nearby. When I saw what had happened, I thought she did it. That's why I erased all the evidence that linked her to the murder. Why would you assume it was her? She's knocked out on the floor. That's ridiculous, Lana. I had Chief Gant help me remove the body from the sword and carry it. But if it all really was a fabrication, Emma might be innocent. Well, that incriminates Chief Police Gant. Unbelievable, the body was impaled on the armor's sword. You were the only one who saw that. If only you had proof. Actually, I do have proof. I gave it to Mr. Wright just this morning. What, to me? It's a picture I took of the crime scene as I encountered it. I thought it might be needed. But I don't remember receiving a picture like that. Lana must have known. See, Mr. Wright? He really does have faith in you. Very well, Mr. Wright, please present this picture. I don't remember receiving any pictures from Lana. Lana says she gave it to you this morning, right? I seem to remember getting something from her then. Let's check that evidence again. There must be a picture in there somewhere. Yeah, it's the book. Wait a second. This is ridiculous. Now I can look at the book? Ugh. Wait, there's a picture here. Like, why don't they let me look at my evidence? When I have evidence, why can't I look at it? Why did they hide it? I could have found this ages ago because I was looking at all my evidences. And they didn't... This sucks. This sucks, man. Let me look at my evidence. You can't look at this, Emma. This is bad for your mental. Oh my. This is the actual crime scene. No other detective saw the crime scene like this. Because I contacted Criminal Affairs only after I had rearranged everything. Mr. Wright! That piece cut from his vest, could that be? Cloth we found inside Chief Gant's safe. What's this? This is a handprint, isn't it? That cloth, it had fingerprints on it. Whosever fingerprints those are must be the real murderer. What, but those fingerprints? They're yours, Emma. Why are your lips turning all purple, Mr. Wright? How can Emma hear my thoughts sometimes but not other times? That's inconsistent. Anyway, let's get on with the cross-examination. So long as you tell the truth, we should be able to flush out the real murderer. Very well, the defense may now begin its cross-examination. And we're gonna press her on everything, 'cause that's what we learned in this game. Just blindly press everything for information. Chief of Police, Damon Gant, what are you doing here? Come on, Edgy. This is the poorest excuse for a trial I've ever seen. Weren't you supposed to be in a meeting, sir? Chief Gant. But now you want to make me out as the bad guy, too? If so, I'd like to put in a word or two in my defense.
Objection!
I'm afraid it's too late for that. What? You already declined to testify. That means you forfeited your right to make statements of any sort. This must be that risk we were talking about earlier. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the sound of the noose tightening around your own neck. Oh my gosh, Edgeworth, that's like pretty intense. I like that. I like some of the animated like bits they got. So what? You think I'm worried? Sorry to disappoint you, but I don't need to make any statements. What do you mean? The evidence will do all the talking for me. Even if I can't testify, I can still present evidence. Yes, that's true. Wait, you mean you still have some conclusive evidence? No, I don't, but someone does. Someone? So what's your excuse, Righto? Why have you been keeping quiet about it? You do have something to show us, right? Something that proves who knocked over Neil Marshall, causing his death. Conclusive evidence that leaves no room for doubt. He's talking about the stinking handprint, but that's not conclusive evidence. Oh, there's a handprint on an oily handprint on his vest that someone cut out before Lana even got there. That means he cut it out. He did it. Ridiculous. Is this true, Mr. Wright? Do I show that piece of evidence now? Am I sure to be made out as the murderer? Mr. Wright, if you have any more evidence, present it now, and if you try to conceal anything, you will be the one appearing before the Board of Inquiries. What do I do now? Better think this through carefully. I can't afford to make the wrong decision. Should I present that piece of evidence? The one that shows who really killed Prosecutor Marshall? Look. We're like, oh, this is gonna incriminate evidence. I think it's not conclusive. This is just a piece of cloth that Demon Gant cut off and hid in his safe. This is not conclusive. If the game makes this conclusive evidence, I'm gonna be like, that's ridiculous. Yes, Your Honor, I do have further evidence. All right, the time's finally come to show it to them. Those prints have got to be the Chief's. Now then, let's see this conclusive evidence. The evidence that shows who actually murdered Prosecutor Marshall. Do I have any evidence I haven't shown yet? I want to check the handprints on these. I bet these are his. I guess you can't really rip it open. That would be tampering the evidence, but I wish I could. Pulls out the fingerprinting set in the middle of court while they're waiting for my evidence. No, let's just present it, see what happens. It's a piece of leather cloth. Yes, it most likely was cut from the victim's vest near his chest. What's this? There's a big handprint on it. Also, everyone's talking about how big the handprint is. Emma has small hands. She's a tiny teenager girl. In the police records, did someone tamper the fingerprints to match different prints? If Emma puts her hand up to this, is it going to match up? Think about it. Was it Demon Gant who ran up with Prosecutor Marshall and pushed him into it. And then he wanted to blame Emma. Emma already passed out, and then he pushed her. Think about it. I mean, he pushed him. I think this is a cover-up for him. And I've been thinking so this whole time. Why is it a big handprint? Emma's small. She's tiny. She doesn't even come up to my chest because she's so small. Phoenix is just an average sized man, and she's so short. Think about it. Doesn't make sense.
Surely it must have been left on the cloth by whoever shoved the victim into the sword.
What, whose fingerprints are on this?
I'm sure Wright was checked, haven't you?
Well, whose are they? They're Miss Sky's. Miss Emma Sky's.
What?
They're mine. I really did do it.
See, I told you it was conclusive.
You're right, Gyro. Emma is smaller than a little gecko. That's how puny she is. Oh my gosh, you have Prime now? Wait, have you had Prime this whole time? Sorry, I see your crown now. You have a logo, Gyro. Feel free to sub with your Prime subs. Anyways. But this was found in your safe. That means it's possible you forged it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Gyro, sub with your mom's Prime sub. She doesn't need it. Trust me, she doesn't need it.
I don't remember any cloth in my safe. You didn't expect me to believe that.
Well, actually, oh, who you sub to? I was about to say you could sub to somebody else, but use it. You know, use it on something.
Objection!
I got distracted. But give it up, Mr. Wright. It's over. You shouldn't have presented that. By presenting that evidence, you've tied Emma Sky to Neil Marshall's death. What, you want me to hide the truth? Is that it, Edward? You want me to hide the stinking truth from the world? We're trying to uncover the truth, whatever that terrible, dark truth is. No. It appears we have a killer. Oh my gosh, this is not conclusive evidence. This judge sucks. Get him fired. What? This is our killer because her handprint is on a piece of cut off vest. Why is the vest cut off? She didn't do that. She didn't forge it. Her sister never mentioned cutting it off. Who would have cut it off? Demon Gantz. Put her hand up to that thing. It's not gonna match. No. No. Thing hinged on that point. And then Lana was found guilty. This is ridiculous. This is literally ridiculous. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna go into a rage, guys. Okay, I'm gonna stay calm actually. I'm so cool and collected. Every day, forever, all the time, non-stop. We're just gonna have to speedrun this because I didn't save. Oh my gosh, let me through. This is the part I need to ask about this, and then bring up the pot. Press this.
Let's bring up the pot.
Objection!
Objection. My name is Phoenix Wright, and I'm a defense attorney, the best who ever dared dream to be. And I did it all for my good friend. Well, we're not really friends yet. My good old pal, Miles Edgeworth, my bestie. My soon-to-be bestie in all the world. Look at him. Two sides of the same coin. Me defense, him prosecution. Oh, whoa. Isn't that amazing? Maybe one day we'll take a vacation. And not only meet in court. It's kind of not like the best, most conducive thing for our friendship, probably.
Hold it!
Let's bring this back up. It's crazy to use the same evidence more than once. I can't believe we have to conceal evidence to, like, get the truth, though. That's, like, ridiculous. This is, like... not fraudulent. It's, like, it's deceptive. I'm supposed to be uncovering the truth and then, like, hide it. It's crazy.
Objection!
His voice is so high. Like, objection! Objection. What? Let me out. Let me back to where I was. I can't believe she bit her thumb, like so dramatically. She's so anime. Oh my gosh, please. Let me back to where we were. It's so far away. She's so, like, dramatic. Oh, so much to do, so much to repeat. Ah! That book is so cute. The blade did not pierce through his chest, surprisingly. It's like literally a spear, so you would think it would. Alright, let's get them on Gant back. Am I gonna go in jail for concealing evidence? He's so orange. Why'd they make him so orange? Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I can present at this point in time. Yeah, so this is where we stop. What? You lie. Chief Gant? You opened my safe. I know you took what was inside. The conclusive evidence! I don't know what you're talking about. So right, why don't you show them? We found it together. Oh, I see. It's because you know the truth, don't you? You know his fingerprints are on it. That's why you won't present it. What are you talking about, Chief Gant? Can't you figure it out? Take a good look at this picture. See the victim's vest? Notice anything odd about the chest area?
It looks like a part of it's been cut out for some reason.
I mean, you had this in your safe.
What? That means you, the chief of police, have been concealing evidence? This is going to be the biggest scandal in the history of the police department. That didn't go well for him.
Impressive. To be honest, I didn't think you had the gal, Righto. Gall, not gal. Well, I can't just let you pin me up as the murderer. I'll tell you what really happened.
What? You mean you admit to it?
He's not allowed to testify. He lost his chance. What is this? Why is he testifying when he's lost? Oh my gosh. Like, where is the consistency? Edgeworth, do something. Gosh. I was the first person to arrive at the crime scene that day. And the fact that he hid it until now that he was there and lied in court already, he lost all credibility. Fire him from his job. Yeah, fire him. And then it occurred to me that I could use this situation to control Lana. So you really were manipulating her. I knew Lana. I made it look like the blame lay with her sister. That when she saw this scene, she would ask me for my aid. You assisted Miss Sky. I told her to arrange all the evidence. I had her plant the knife, tip in the victim's body, and move the body across the room. And I ended up using that evidence to get Joe Doc convicted. When I tampered with the crime scene, I hid 2 pieces of evidence. This was before Lana arrived at the scene, mind you. 2 pieces of evidence? You mean those items in your safe?
But why?
For insurance, of course.
Insurance?
Because you're a stinking blackmailer. I was sure my plan would work. It's always best to be prepared for the worst. If you want to be prepared for the worst, you don't make your vault code your employee number. And you don't make that number 7777777. It's ridiculous. I wasn't about to let anyone blame me for a murder that a girl committed.
I mean, you were calculating that far ahead while forging the evidence. You barely remember this case, but you remember the rage. Yeah, it's a little bit frustrating in some parts. But the logic has made some more sense in some of the earlier ones we had, at least.
What do you take me for, fool? I didn't make police chief by dumb luck. See this jaw fragment? I hid the most legible part of Emma's name. I didn't expect Lana to go and wipe the blood off all the pieces.
Objection!
If you fabricated all the evidence, what's to say you didn't fabricate the message on this jar too?
Edgeworth, you're so smart. You're like so smart. We should be a team up, dude. We should be like partners in justice. Oh,
some people just don't know when to quit, do they? That's why I kept one more item for insurance.
You mean that piece of cloth?
Come on, Wright, I'll cough it up already. I know you have it. What are you waiting for, Mr. Wright?
So you admit to it then, Chief Gant? That you were hiding the cloth you cut off from the victim's vest in your safe.
Yes, I admitted I didn't want to have to do that, being chief and all. But it's a lot better than being portrayed as a murderer. Partners, you say? Partners, yes, I say.
Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say for yourself? Just a moment ago, you said you didn't have any evidence you could present.
Foolish move, Wrighter. You should have shown it then before it was too late.
It's been a long battle. But the moment of truth has finally arrived. As long as I don't mess up, the air of victory is mine. Your Honor, I do have evidence to present now. Alright, let's see this conclusive evidence. The evidence just shows who actually murdered Prosecutor Marshall. So it's not gonna be that. It's gonna be something else. How do I tie it to the chief? Well, that's good. So he cut off that specifically. Is there anything else to note? He bled out. How could a little girl have the strength to push a whole grown man through that spear? And why is that spear so sharp that someone could like bump into it and die? So like I think he needed some force for that. I don't think she has it. That's a grown man. This is a little teen girl. Barely a teen at this point. This is 2 years ago. She was what, 14? Maybe 13? Not strong enough. Look at her. She's a little nerd. She didn't work out. She doesn't do exercise. She just runs around and does science experiments. I don't believe it. I wonder if this is the image to use. It's gonna be something ridiculous. I just know it. You know, if this is wrong, they'll stop me. Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest. Oh yes, at last you finally brought it out into the open. There's a handprint on this piece of cloth. Your Honor, the prosecution requests that be immediately sent to the lab for analysis. This handprint on the leather. It must have been a strong impact for it to be left so clearly. What do you mean? It could not have been forged. It must be authentic, conclusive evidence. Oh my gosh, Edgeworth. Oh. You're still on the uptick as ever worthy. What? Think about it. Wright had all this time to present this evidence. If he was reluctant to do so, why would that be? I mean, you already know. You know whose fingerprints are on that. Mr. Wright, do you really know? Whoever the fingerprints belong to must be the real murderer. Whose fingerprints are they? Very well, I'll tell you. It should be okay now. Everything's proceeding as predicted. Don't act like you know what's going on, Phoenix. You never know what's going on. You're just stumbling forward and hoping it works out for you. Person Doom, the fingerprints belong to is... Well, this is correct. That's the fingerprints we got, but I think the handprint is his. He might have, while she was sleeping, put on the glove, touched her hand, and then touched the, to get her prints on the... If she had gloves on, actually, he could have taken it off and then pressed it into the glove and cut it into the vest and cut it off. something like that. Oh, let's do it. I'm not gonna lie. Emma, Sky. What? They're mine? I'm sorry, Emma.
But why? Why didn't you tell me?
You're really something, right? You knew this girl did it all along. You still trying to pin the matter on me. So it's true. Tragic, but true. This girl really did shove Prosecutor Marshall to his death. How could you? You monster! Miss Sky!
You knew whose fingerprints this were all along, yet you acted like she really didn't.
Miss Sky, it's not over yet. What? I said this trial isn't over yet. But I'm afraid it is over, boy. Not only this trial, but your career too. Doesn't make sense. You purposely concealed this conclusive evidence. If you're gonna say that, you should go to jail first, bruv.
That, my friend, is a serious offense.
I'm looking forward to pressing charges after the defendant is convicted. I'll have your badge, boy. What's the matter? Cat got your tongue. Aren't you going to tell us how it feels? Oh, he really wants to win. What a fool. How it feels to be the one who single-handedly turned a poor little girl into a murderer. Before I do that, there's just one little thing I have to clear up. Oh, and what's that? Who really killed Prosecutor Neil Marshall? What? Chief Gant, you are absolutely right. This piece of cloth proves who the real murderer is. Who killed Neil Marshall, you ask? Was it Miss Sky, wasn't it? I'm afraid that's not possible. You see, this piece of cloth contains a critical contradiction. What? A contradiction? What is this fool babbling about? I'm talking about a contradiction, one that proves who the real killer is. Mr. Wright, this piece of cloth, what could it possibly contradict?
Chief Gant, your tyrannical reign ends here.
Behold, the piece of evidence that contradicts this cloth. Let's look at this again. Wait, was it cut off before he bled out? There's no blood on it. And this is the evidence. And what exactly is this supposed to be? This is the picture Miss Sky took. Take a good look at it. See where the piece of cloth his vest was cut out? Yes, his shirt is showing underneath. Hard to make out with the blood on the vest, though. Exactly my point. His chest is soaked with blood. That's only natural. His lungs no doubt were punctured. Blood poured out of his mouth. Oh, but that piece of cloth. Wait, there's no blood on it. Ugh. Since Emma Sky's fingerprints are on this cloth, there's no doubt that she shoved the prosecutor aside. However, Mr. Marshall was not impaled on the sword at that time. Now this is nonsense. Now then, Chief Gant, let me ask you something. Prosecutor Marshall was not impaled when he was shoved aside. He most likely hit his head on the ground and was knocked out. If so, then tell me, who could it have been? Who could have arrived at the scene before Miss Lana Sky, picked up the uncautious prosecutor, and impaled him on the armor's sword? And to make it look like Emma was responsible for the prosecutor's death,
Said person proceeded to write her name on the jar with the victim's blood. Jar that they then broke on purpose to leave behind a clue. And make Lana believe her sister did it. Remember what you admitted only moments ago. You personally cut out this bloodless piece of the victim's vest. Ironic, isn't it? Through the very act of creating insurance, you prove that you were the actual murderer. No! No! It's finally all over. Wait, when? Oh, he's sweaty. Oh, that was close, right? You almost had me. Sorry, but you'll have to do better than that. I refute your allegations.
What do you mean you refute his allegations?
You see that piece of cloth is illegal evidence.
No, I have evidence that proves that you're wrong.
Order, order, what nonsense is this? Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a suspect. I remember, gee. You right here conceal that piece of cloth. Then what's your excuse, Righto? You do have some conclusive evidence, don't you?
Your Honor,
I don't have any evidence I can present at this point in time.
Well, that's true. The defense did refuse to present evidence.
At that moment, the piece of cloth seems to be legal evidence. That's not fair. Did you actually think you could best me in court? It looks like last laughs on you, son.
I'm afraid Mr. Gant's claim is legally correct.
Oh my gosh, this judge? Fire him. No, he has no thoughts in the head. He's just a figurehead that does nothing for this court. He just pronounces judgments based on vibes, and he doesn't care about logic or law. Ridiculous. They're emotionally driven.
Well, Mr. Ridgeworth?
True, illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a person. Assuming, of course, that the evidence is indeed illegal.
Well, Mr. Wright?
Seems the last. The time for me to reveal my plan has finally arrived.
Mr. Wright, do you admit to it? That you purposely and legally concealed this piece of cloth?
I did not. I admit I refused to present it at one point. So the evidence is illegal.
Objection!
No, it isn't, Mr. Gant. Huh. It's not that I didn't present evidence then. It's that I couldn't.
What do you mean, you couldn't?
There are certain procedures involved when presenting evidence. No, Ajay, don't listen to his lies. Nothing but a coward, you can't really believe. There's only one issue left to be resolved in this trial. Is this evidence legal or not?
Very well, let us settle this once and for all. Earlier, you refused to present the evidence. If you can prove your conduct was not in violation of the law, then do so now.
Yeah. It was unregistered, it wasn't relevant, so we'll just show this. This is my proof, Your Honor. Evidence law. What's this? I have done my homework too, Chief. Indeed, Miss Guy's fingerprints were on this piece of cloth. However, at that point in time, this was merely a piece of cloth, nothing more. What? You see, it's written right here in this book. The second rule of evidence law. Rule 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. I found this piece of evidence myself inside your safe. Goes without saying, I did not have approval from the police department. Rule 2, unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And here's the crux of the matter. You see, at the time it was impossible to prove the relevance between the cloth and the SL9 incident. What kind of nonsense is this? You want relevancy? Just take one look at this picture and...
Objection!
Sorry, can you recall when was that picture presented?
Was shown only a few moments ago.
No.
He's right.
At the beginning of today's trial, that piece of cloth was still meaningless. Person who gave it value as evidence was you, Damon Gant. You yourself confessed to a certain truth.
Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest?
Yes! No. It was then that you approved this cloth as conclusive evidence. Yes, you, the chief of police, personally approved this cloth.
The only person who could have cut this from the victim's vest is the one who stood before Prosecutor Marshall in his final moments. In other words, the real murderer. There's only one person who that could be. Why did he do it? We don't know. Because he wanted that promotion? Damon Gant, the killer was you. We don't... yeah. Ridiculous.
I knew I should have gotten rid of him. That good for nothing scum. For 2 years he's been snooping around the department trying to get something on me. The crimes are being committed every day, yet he insisted on hounding me.
Well, your crime wasn't exactly petty.
He wanted to reinvestigate the case. He recruited Angel Star, then he convinced Bruce Goodman.
Detective Goodman?
Yeah, that's right.
If the evidence is transferred, I'll lose my only chance to find out the truth. Please, you've got to help me.
Goodman turned him down as he ought to. Still, Jake Marshall didn't know when to quit. He stole Goodman's ID card and tried to take the evidence. Goodman came to me that day. He wanted to file a lost item report. I went with him to the evidence room, then all of a sudden he decided to speak out. What are you talking about, Goodman?
What's a Goodman voice?
Can you please reopen the investigation, Chief? Can't transfer the evidence out. There are too many questions left unanswered. He opened his evidence locker and he was taking the evidence out. He said, it's not too late. I'm gonna hand all this over to Marshall. But to be honest, I was a bit taken back by his words. I had a bad feeling when he came to see me, but I never thought he'd bring up the SL9. That's when I saw it, that accursed knife. I couldn't just pull it out. Doing so would have only led to more blood, making it near impossible to hide your crime. Instead, the blood was just pouring out. I didn't know who might stumble in, so I hurried to wipe it up. I was wearing so much about the floor, I didn't realize my mistake.
A bloody handprint on Detective Gumshoe's locker.
It used to be known as the crime computer. Everyone has to start somewhere. I guess I was too nervous. I Ain't no business doing any of it.
And you put the body in my car.
I'm sorry, I couldn't think of any other way to move the body. Broke your trunk, but what's the big deal? You make a lot more than us detectives ever will.
Ugh. Leaving the prosecution's car aside, how could you get Miss Sky involved in all of this?
Well, she had as much to lose as I did if the truth came out.
So you took the evidence from Detective Goodman's locker.
Felt bad for having to do it. I also didn't have the time to pick and choose what to take.
So you left the jar of fragments and the glove.
Yeah, it looks like I was better off being an investigator of crimes than a committer. They all did their best to get in my way. Got to hand it to them. They do their jobs well, much to my dismay.
Fake evidence doesn't hold up very well upon close examination. You must have known that.
Tell me, Worthy, why do you stand in court?
Me?
I despise criminals. I can feel it, you and me. We're the same.
Oh, what is this? Some sort of villain monologue?
One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you try to go it alone.
You'll never be alone, Edgeworth. We'll team up together. We'll find the truth for every crime together as besties, as partners. Partners in justice.
Well, looks like it's time to say goodbye. Oh, Udgy.
Oh, what?
Looks like we'll have to cancel that lunch date. Sorry, old friend.
I'm sorry too, Demon Gant. You as you used to be long ago. You're once a fine investigator and an example to others on the force. Sorry to learn that you are no longer that person. Foreshadowing, yeah, Nene.
Those days are gone now, Edgy. Thanks for all the memories, though. Don't worry, you'll be fine.
He's gonna get shanked in prison. There's no way. He's made a lot of enemies. I can tell.
Now you have Wright out here. And Worthy. How are these two around? You can't go wrong. In fact, I can hear them already. The melodious sounds of a new beginning.
Why is he acting all positive? Does he want to bring everyone down with him? What's going on? There are two things I want you to understand. Yes. First, your sister never hurt anyone. Second, Demon Gant betrayed you from the beginning. You see, Miss Sky? You no longer have any reason to keep silent. You're right. When this trial is over, I'll tell everything. All that I've done these past 2 years. From the time I had Gant help me forge evidence up until today. So, it seems all the questions raised in this trial have been answered. I'm sorry, Miss Sky. I couldn't get you out of all your trouble. My, what high standards you have for a rookie. I can see why Mia thought so highly of you. Who knows, a few years from now, you just might make it to the top. A smile? Where? I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright. Miss Sky? And to you too, Mr. Edgeworth. You suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. Believe me, I know how much of an ordeal it's been for you. It was nothing. Tsundere! Liar. I was worried the pressure might break you. And yet, you rose above it all and guided Mr. Wright to victory. You've done well, Mr. Edgeworth. Stop it! I only did my job! In light of this case, it seems a good self-examining is in order for all of us. Miss Sky?
Yes, Your Honor.
You are innocent of murder, however... Although the chief blackmailed you, the fact is you still acted as his accomplice. Trial will be scheduled for these crimes at a later date.
Yes, I understand, Your Honor.
Is there something amusing about all of this? Why are you smiling?
It's been a long time, Your Honor. A long time since I felt free of these heavy chains. It's gonna go back to how she used to be.
Well, this trial has gone on far too long already. Regarding the charge of murder, this court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Sky,
not guilty. Just say innocent, dude. You didn't do it. What is this? You only know how to say guilty? You just put a not in front? Fire him.
That is all. This court is adjourned.
February 25th. Oh, we missed Valentine's Day. That was the 14th. At long last, it's finally over.
Emma? Why the long face?
I'm sorry your sister didn't get completely off the hook. But at least she wasn't convicted for murder she didn't commit. No, that's not it. Just now, after the trial ended, I could see why Mia Fey thought so highly of you. I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright. And to you too, Mr. Edgeworth. You've suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. You've done well. You know, I did my best to. But Lana didn't say a single word to me.
Oh, that's what it is. Ah, Gumshoe, oh, you jokester, you. What are you doing here, Gumshoe? You always easing the tension with your big old smile, man. Hey, I hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Oh, yes I am. Hey, I'll come back later.
Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it?
Hey, you're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Making a detective run around, all around while on duty? To top it off, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. Hey, lighten up, pals. I'm only kidding.
Oh, are you here because of my sister again?
Nope. Not this time. I came today because of, you, pal.
Me?
That's right. I thought you'd like to see someone. What?
Lana! Should you be doing this? She's still under arrest, you know.
Well, I won't tell if you won't. This guy is such a bender of the rules. He's a little scuffed. He's a little sweetie. Look at him.
Emma, I owe you an apology.
It's okay, sis. Don't worry about it.
That day 2 years ago, was the first time in my life I ever panicked. It was all I could do to keep myself from screaming. All I could think about was keeping you from getting wrapped up in that mess.
Sis?
I asked Scott to help me cover up the truth. I thought I was doing it for your sake. But now, I realize I was wrong. I changed after that day. I had to. It was the only way I could make it through the past 2 years.
We still don't know why he did it. Why did he kill his partner? Just to get conclusive evidence on, Dark? Like, what if that was the wrong guy? Like, we don't have the truth of that. They could have killed someone innocent. He could have killed an innocent man. We don't know.
You're glad I like Gumshoe? Yeah, he's a little sweetie. He's like a ridiculous little sweetie, though. Oh, he's a big sweetie because he's humongous, but he's just like a good-hearted guy. You would like Gumshoe though. Anyways, I knew how much I was hurting you by distancing myself, but I couldn't bring myself to tell you what I did. I was scared. Scared that you'd look at me with those eyes of yours. I was scared of how you'd react if you knew. But sis, you were only doing it for me. No. Huh? I turned my back on you that day. In hiding what I believed to be the truth, I was deceiving you. Sis! I'm such a fool. It took me all this time to realize it. Emma, I'm so sorry. But sis, you don't have to apologize. I'm happy now. You're happy? Of course. You know, sis, I always knew that one day you'd come back. And now you have. Oh, Emma. Emma. Wow. The face will never get this. Anyways. No one can change the past. The only thing we can do is strive to make up for our mistakes. Why must we wake up for our mistakes, you ask? Because in so doing, we can find the way back to our rightful path. And it is from here that we can move on toward a brighter future. At least that's what I felt watching the two sisters make up. Mr. Wright, Mr. Gumshoe. Ah, me? Thank you both for all that you've done. I'm sure we'll meet again someday. Isn't that right, Edgeworth? Edgeworth? Stop hiding and come over here. What a tsundere! Look at him! Where was he hiding? I just came to say congratulations. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Right, well, I'll be going now. Mr. Edgeworth, I hope you don't blame yourself for what happened. We were the ones who acted corruptly, not you. It's too late for me. Stop being edgy, Edgeworth. You're so much. No matter what anyone may say, I realize today that I can't correct my mistakes. Mr. Edgeworth! Not only that, but I don't even trust myself anymore. Chief Gant was right. You despise criminals. I can feel it. You and me, we're the same. Don't listen to him, Edgeworth. He's doing a villain monologue. You can tell. They always try to sympathize with you to get you on their side. Be like, we're not so different, you and I. You would be me if one situation changed. No, it's not true, Edgeworth. Ignore him. Okay, he's not your mentor. Von Karma was, and that was a terrible man, but like, this is not your mentor, dude. One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. Dude, this is just like what happened in our D&D campaign. I won't go into it, but this is... You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you try to go it alone. I do despise criminals. I plan to dedicate my entire life to fighting them. But in order to fight crime on my own, I need a weapon. It's scary, but I've known that to be true for quite some time now. But Edgeworth, who knows, given enough time, I might have tried to pull something like Chief Gant did. That thought terrifies me. That's why I can't continue on as a prosecutor. Oh my gosh, you're gonna join the defendant? Can we be defendants together? Can we be defense attorneys together, Edgeworth? We're gonna be besties. Oh my goodness, are we gonna be besties? On the same side? No longer enemies? Enemies to besties? That's the arc we had on this season?
Edgeworth, don't you understand? Damon Gant and your mentor, Manfred von Karma, were both the best of the best when it came to fighting crime. But they both made the same mistake. You said in order to fight crime on my own, I need a weapon. That may be true, but think back to today's trial. You weren't alone.
Oh my gosh.
You were working together with Mr. Wright. And because of that partnership, you were able to present evidence that otherwise would have gone undiscovered. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright?
Yeah. What is this, a pop quiz? Come on, Mr. Wright, show him what Lana's talking about. Yeah, Nene power friendship. Wink, wink.
Evidence, huh? Something that neither Edgeworth nor I would have been able to find on our own.
This one. We both had a half of the half. That's the picture I drew.
Our counterattack began with this.
You had one half of the evidence and I had the other.
Apart, we wouldn't have been able to completely restore Emma's picture. That didn't just happen by chance, Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh my gosh.
It's time for me to go.
he's such a tsundere. Look at him. Okay, get out of here.
Mr. Edgeworth? You'll excuse me. There are still some loose ends that need wrapping up.
Yeah, like the motive for SL9. I still don't know what the motive is. That's crazy. No motive? Wow.
Take care, Chief Prosecutor.
What was the motive for the SL9 incident? Nothing.
Edgeworth, what will you do now? Well, whatever you do, just remember you can let what happened kill the prosecutor in you, or you can let it help you grow.
In the end, it's up to you.
I know, it seems I owe you my thanks too, right? What I face now is my problem. Edgeworth, I'll be waiting for you in court. Farewell. I'd better be going too.
Okay, but I'll be by to visit soon.
It seems we both have a lot to learn and catching up to do. Here, this is a little something for you.
Scientific investigation?
It's the first book I ever bought. Study it well.
Thanks, sis, I will. She's so happy now that she's not on the hook.
And so another case came to a close. As for the sisters, I have faith. Faith that their lives have only just begun. And as for me, I think it's time I started on a new journey of my own. A journey to rediscover myself.
Why is he laugh? Sorry. Ah, well, don't go trekking off just yet, pal.
Huh? What is it, detective?
It's just a little matter to be resolved about the chief prosecutor. You see, she isn't supposed to be out of jail like this. But
I thought you said it was okay.
yeah, well, it might be okay with me, but the folks at the prison are a different story.
Huh?
Basically, I had to bribe a guard in order to sneak her out for 30 minutes. Believe me, it wasn't cheap either.
Huh?
Way to go, detective. I didn't know you had a wild side. Yeah, well, haha. You see. Mr. Wright is the one who will be footing the bill. Huh? Huh? What, you think I could afford it with my salary? You gotta be kidding me, pal. Huh? 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 Thank you, Mr. Wright. You're the best.
Why is it? I suddenly feel like I want to scream.
Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we all go pay it off together? Yeah, that's a great idea. Come on, guys. Let's go.
Objection!
Ooh, credits. Oh yeah, Edgeworth was last and centered. He has such a pivotal role in his life. I arranged for a friend of mine in Europe to take care of Emma. I hope she'll be pleased to study under a top coroner. As for me, this affair has pretty much ended my days at the prosecutor's office. Still, I'll manage to find my way back to the field somehow. Then I'll be able to investigate crimes together with Emma. Whoa, they just speedrun this. Is this the autoplay speed? That's fast. That's really fast. Yikes, I thought I was a goner for a moment there. In the end, though, they overlooked my unauthorized investigation of the chief's office. If we penalized you anymore, it'd be worse than firing you. Yep, that's what they said. Just goes to show, you can't shake me off that easily. Ridiculous, man. Gyro, I didn't just do it. We did it together as a unit. Me with my brain, you guys as the voices in my head. Like some sort of weird Disco Elysium hybrid thing going on here. I don't know. My new mission is to guard the main entrance and take care of Billy. Can you believe I've been demoted to a security guard? My partner's keeping an eye on the entrance for me today. I'll show them though. Someday I'm gonna make detective. Yes, sir. Then I can be just like that Dick Gumshoe. Dude, I don't have time to think about what voice they had in the past. I just gotta go. Dun 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 dun. Who's his partner? That's not a very good partner. That's a dancing mascot. Nene, there's emojis you can use for applause. If you want to clap. There's clapping emojis. You want to see? Is there a search function in here? What is it? Can't you see I'm having me a showdown with a steak lunch partner? This star managed to sneak this in on me. She's seeing one of the gods, it seems. Well, cowboy, it looks like you did it. You even gave Bambina back her smile. Can you make sure Billy and the gang get their water? There you go. Look at that. You could do that. You're welcome. Looks like we won't be seeing each other for a while. It's farewell gift. I put a new meal on the menu, the whatever style. The top layer tastes as bitter as defeat, but the bottom layer is as sweet as victory. Kids seem to dig the turnabout theme. It's a hot seller around exam time. Just make sure not to eat it backwards. Oh, I forgot we had that emoji in here. I forgot I made a whole celebration emoji. Yeah, the clap one though, that's something that's on Twitch. I'll never figure out what that young defense lawyer said after the trial. Let's see, what was his name again? Mr. Left? Anyway, he said he's been doing it something or other for how many years? Well, anyway, I've got another trial to get to, so I'd better be. Oh no, I forgot my gavel, so I got to go. Oh, a chair! We finally get to see what the chair looks like. Wowie, translation, bounty, global solutions. That's crazy. Gotta love a good translation service. They worked hard for these translations. Nothing soothes a soul like fresh country air. So sometimes I do miss hearing you and your objection. Still, I can't go back until I'm a full-fledged spirit medium.
Mr. Maya, afternoon training is about to begin.
Coming! I'll see you around, Nick.
Wow, this is really a season finale credits thing. That's crazy. Dude, it's actually good we went extra long last week because this week it took very long to get through that last trial. It was like I would either have to have done overtime last week or overtime this week, so we did it last week. And so...
Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth, I brought you your tea. What's going on?
Did he retire? I want to see Edgeworth. Did he retire? Please, I need to know. He's so extra. Marilla Buffon and Miles Edgeworth would be good friends.
Thanks for coming to see me off. I can't believe I'm going to Europe. Thank you, Mr. Wright. Thank you so much for everything. I'm a little sad, but I'll be alright. Whenever I want to see Lana, all I have to do is open this book.
I clicked into the wrong screen. Because, yeah, Lana's photo's back there. Oh, that's kind of cute. That's really cute, actually. Did I have to click something? That's cute. Oh, that's the end. Oh, we got an achievement for getting to the end. Save. Please save. I don't want to do this again. That was a lot of text. That was a lot of text. Oh, thank goodness. Wait a minute. It's saved, but it didn't save this. Interesting. What do I have to do? Oh, so we finished this whole bit, so we have to go back to the... We have to get to the other game if we want to play more. Ah. Ah. How many are there? 3? Oh yeah, I bought the trilogy, I forgot. Justice for All and Trials and Tribulations. You guys said TNT is the best one, right? But this one's here first. So this is number 2, this is number 3. But we're not planning to play it until we have a break. We could do 1 Ace Attorney per year, perhaps, because that takes like a quarter to a half a year to beat one game when we play once a week. We'll see, we could save this one for next year. Take it 3 years to get through the game would be crazy. Whatever, we're gonna take a break for next week from this. Let's leave it on the episode selection so we can look at the poster while we talk about it. Of the trilogy, you think TNT is the best? Yeah, I remember one of you said that last time. Yeah, I'm gonna work on my sticky note after this, but I think we'll just end stream early rather than trying to set up the art stream. You like JFA also? Justice for All? That's good. What am I thinking? What am I thinking in my head? Yeah, there's so much text in this game.
It's like it's crazy how much text there is. I mean, it makes sense because it's like a story-based crime-solving game, but it's ridiculous. The things we deal with. There's 2 characters in TNT you want me to meet so bad. Why? Because you think I'll like them, or because you think I'll hate them? Are you a hate watcher, Gyro? Anyways. I wish we got to know the motives behind Damon Gant's whole thing. Like, why did he kill Marshall? Neil Marshall? It doesn't make sense. Like, they were all knocked out on the floor, and then he just decided to kill him to make conclusive evidence? Like, that doesn't make sense. That's kind of like a heat of the moment kind of murder more than something planned. I don't get it. I don't know why he did it. Maybe there's like a video essay for Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy Season 1 that I could be like, what is the motives behind some of these things? It just don't make sense. It don't make sense. Do I have any other thoughts about this game? You didn't like this last case? Did you like it because I played it though? Did you like me reading you everything rather than reading it yourself? You could just like do your own thing and I'm reading to you like some sort of audiobook because you like audiobooks. Think about it. Yeah. I wonder if this is helping me think more outside the box, because sometimes when I do puzzle games, I get stuck in like a, oh, this is how game mechanic works. And I kind of like think very straightforwardly for puzzles. But this one's like, I get so frustrated, I'm like, I have to think all crazy kind of figure out what's going on. The story isn't that compelling? Oh, interesting. Yeah, they do have some strict rules. I really want that judge to get fired. I want a new judge. He's too old and he doesn't act based on law and good judgment. He acts on his emotions, which is so fickle. That's why he changes his mind like 50 times per trial. Like, oh my gosh, fire him. This the authority system in this world is corrupt. The government's corrupt in this world. I said it. It's true. The judge is a gift. So true. You enjoy the stories in the other cases? Yeah, I think I understood that from your earlier statement. I just like watching Edgeworth be dramatic. He's so funny. Like, look at him in this poster. He's just like, oh, I'm a murderer. But like, he didn't actually murder anybody. He's just like has trauma. He's just a little trauma boy. And then like, his mentor like controlled him. There's a lot of like somebody in power controlling someone else, which has not been talked about very much so far. In this one, okay, let's start over. In this one, I don't really remember. It was the first one. Boots was just kind of dumb. I don't even remember who killed her. Oh, is that weird stalker guy? I don't know. I don't remember. This one, it was clearly the purple hair guy who owns a business made her do it. For him, the power over someone else commits a murder. This one, there's the like mafia lady who like the producer who ran the show. like, made other people help her commit this murder. Crazy. This one, mentor controlling the young prosecutor, unbeknownst to the prosecutor. And this one, chief of police controlling the chief prosecutor. It's like it's always a power dynamic. Someone's getting controlled or mind gamed. Where's the just straight up murderers who like don't need to control people to do it? Like they just like, I mean like you can trick people all you want, but like these people always control others with their dynamics, like power dynamics. Something to think about. You like Edgeworth in that poster? I do too. He looks ridiculous. All edgy and dramatic, solemn, and in pain and agony, sorrow again. Maybe Ace Attorney is a fantasy where our court system can actually get people in power. Ah, that's an interesting way to think about it. Yeah, like the chief of police, he did everything in his power not to get caught. We still got him. I guess it's like, that's a huge fantasy, I suppose. But if the way to do that is so ridiculous, it kind of breaks my immersion though. If they only could do it more realistically, like have the laws be consistent, you know, for one. Have the logic make sense for two. Dude, she's dead. Crazy to keep putting the people who are murdered on the poster. Except this one. And this one. This game doesn't get less ridiculous? Gyra, how could you say that to me? I needed to be less ridiculous. Oh my goodness. Should I tell you guys what game I'm planning to play next week? No, I shouldn't, right? I should just surprise you when you show up, right? I should just surprise you with the surprise game. I will just say one thing about it. I think there's gonna be substantially less dialogue than this game. Maybe it'll be a good breather for you guys to be like, oh, there's less story happening. Oh, I know what it is. Don't look at my Steam library. Don't look at it. Okay. I think that's all my thoughts about Ace Attorney for now. Anyone else can share their thoughts. Well, I look up some art person to raid. Give me a second. Hydrate, don't dehydrate. Yeah, I guess I'll do that first. I'll drink water. Yeah, I didn't drink like any water that whole time. Did you know? Moisturize my mouth. Okay. Let's go look at the art. Bum 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 bum. Dun 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 dun. Bum 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 bum. Followers doing art right now. Let's see what they're doing before I send you guys away. Oh my gosh, they're doing convention prep. Let's get us over there.
Thanks for hanging out. I hope you have fun. We'll be back next week with the mystery game. I'm not even making a poll. I'm just choosing. You guys don't get a choice this time. How does that feel? How does it feel to have no choice? No voice. Just... That's it. Ooh, this week we have episode 17 releasing for Bards and Crafts, like the Ballad of Bards and Crafts, I think on Friday. Wait, is that this week? I think it's this week. Yeah. It's a little bit of a funny episode in my opinion, but other people might disagree. Not to be crazy, they might disagree. Anything else? Anything else? I don't think so. That's it. Yeah, that's it. I kind of want to make a Phoenix Wright and Miles Edgeworth sticker though now. I would call it Hardness and Justice. It's so ridiculous, but I think it fits them. Okay, well you guys go have fun. Go look at those other artists while I disappear. See ya guys, see ya. Bum, 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 bum.